Oh, good morning, happy Monday, and welcome to hour one of Unscripted. I'm Blake Haynes.
And I'm Tom Turton, sharp coat.
Thank you.
Like
You
that.
look fine yourself.
Thanks, I bought it myself.
I'm so proud of you. How was your weekend?
The weekend was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time sitting in front of a television, things
Well,
like
that's
that.
always good. Gorgeous weather.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, last night, when I took the dog out at like 10 o'clock, I was like, it feels like summer. This is crazy. Like the fact that it's still this warm this late. I know.
Don't
but
jinx it. Look,
not to steal anyone's
I'm
thunder
worried
here,
about the
but-
weather because Tom Schmidt is wearing his glasses today.
Oh,
and
so
that
it's
usually
serious.
means he's in his Clark Kent mode. Yeah,
I love
he's
that.
serious about it.
I love that. Well, this weekend I went to Kansas City, so I lied to you last week. I did travel, but it was a last-minute decision, so per most things in my life.
I was going to get sad.
Well, I did want to give a little shout-out, though, because you know I love my coffee mugs.
Yes.
And I buy too many, and when
No
my wife...
such thing as too many.
Well, when my wife finds out I bought this one this weekend, she might not be happy with me, but she'll be all right. So this little mug, Scout Coffee, this is my favorite local coffee shop back in my hometown of Blue Springs. It's one of the only local coffee shops. When I went there this weekend, I was like, I have to buy this mug. And then I wanted to bring it today to show it off to you.
That's nice. I like that.
Consider this show and tell. Thank you. Hey, speaking of the weekend,
Being
though,
back in school.
I am not the biggest knower of all things when it comes to golf, and I won't admit to start to know much.
Okay.
But this weekend was a big deal for a lot of golf lovers because it was the 2025 Masters.
Yep.
We now have a brand new winner. So kind of give me the skinny on this, because like I said, I'm not super versed, but it was all over my social media last night.
And I'm sure most people know that Rory McIlroy
Yeah.
was the winner.
Yeah.
And I mean, you talk about an up and down battle. First of all, what all the pressure was about is there are 4 majors. Rory has won 3, and he has been after the Masters. There it is. That's the final putt. And that's the first playoff hole against, I can't remember his name now. Doggone it.
Yeah, but they were kind of like...
British. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were. I mean, it was going back and forth. He made some bad shots that he even admitted were like, okay, that's the. But he still won. But what he did was he won the Masters. So that means he has completed a career Grand Slam, which
Wow.
only 6 other golfers in golf recorded history have done.
Pretty spectacular,
And
yeah.
it's incredible. Of course, you know, the original is if you win the Grand Slam. In other words, the 4 majors in 1 year, 1 season. Now, Tiger, that's a Tiger Slam because he owned all 4 of those titles, but they were divided in 2 years. But he owned them all. He had all 4 trophies at one time.
That's
but
crazy.
Rory has now completed that. I think it was it 11 years? He's been trying so hard to win the
I love
Masters,
that.
something like that.
That's pretty special, yeah.
And he won, and good on him.
So is the Tiger Slam a real thing, or is that something you made up?
No, that's real.
Okay, like I said,
Yeah,
I'm
Tiger
seriously
Woods.
so unversed
Tiger
in this
Woods
world.
owned. He had all 4 trophies, but it was, like 2 in 1 year, 2 in the next year, or 3 in 1 year,
Yeah.
1 in the next year. So no one has had all 4 trophies. I think the only person who had 4 of the major trophies at one time was Bob Jones, and Bob Jones was the co-creator, owner of the Masters of Augusta National.
Very cool. Well, thank you for your insight this morning. So
That's
I told
okay.
Tom before the show, I was like, I need you to talk about this because I don't know anything. But I feel like I've learned a lot, actually. So that was very interesting.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, so congrats to Rory. That's awesome. All right, well, we're going to get into some headlines. So first up, this one's kind of interesting. DoorDash is now delivering food with sidewalk robots. How about that?
What?
I know. The company's partner with Coco, who specializes in automated food deliveries. The test is live now in Chicago and Los Angeles, and 600 different merchants are set up to deliver food using the bots. Now, other food delivery companies using robots have had to hire teams of humans to track them to make sure they get the robots to their location safely and to make sure they aren't getting vandalized. DoorDash is also experimenting with using drones in some areas. Having your food delivered by drones just seems so futuristic and beyond me, but I guess that's the time we're living in, so.
True. I want to know how fast they go. Is it still Dash or is it like Door Mosey now?
That's fair. I am curious, though, because I feel like the point, that last one, especially with the drone piece, is like maybe controversial now, which is like, how do you feel about having your food delivered by a robot or a drone as opposed to a human being?
you have to tip the drone?
I don't. Actually, you know what? That's a great question. I'm not sure how that works. That's a great question, though.
I'm sure you're tipping the people who provided
Sure.
and put it in
together.
the drone and said, boop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. And if it's wrong, can you say, hey, this isn't the right thing?
Yeah.
You know, I ordered chili and you brought me spaghetti, you know,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
I will say, I know for a fact that while maybe not in the general public, the sidewalk robot idea has been experimented a lot on college campuses and has been pretty successful. They were
Yeah.
experimenting that at MSU kind of on my way out, and I visited friends at a few other campuses and they had them as well. And so I know that's kind of, pretty sure, did you say Rolla had it? S&T had it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it is like a thing kind of
Delivering on
our
a
thing.
college campus may be a little bit different than delivering in South Chicago. What part of Chicago is it? Is it the
Have
downtown
you seen college
area?
kids? No, I'm kidding.
But I think more college kids would be, oh, cool.
Yeah, that's fair. They're probably more like enamored by it rather than,
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
All right. A new list names the world's best airports,
Oh.
but none of them are in the U.S.
Oh.
Yeah, for the 13th time, Singapore, Changi, I believe, was ranked number one by air transport rating organization Skytrax. Yeah, Changi it's huge. It's featuring the world's tallest indoor waterfall, multiple indoor gardens, a 10-story jewel shopping mall, spas, hotels, a museum, and even more. It's become a destination itself and has early check-in that allows passengers to drop their bags off up to 48 hours before the flight. All right. As for the world's other top airports, Hamad in Qatar came in second, followed by Tokyo Haneda, Incheon in South Korea, and Japan's Narita International. We don't have a thing one.
Well, I mean, we have some okay airports, but yeah, if we're comparing it to that, I haven't seen an
Well,
airport like that in the U.S. so-
no, ours are like, yeah, you want a burger, or you know, it's those kind of eateries. Some nice eateries, you know,
can't
in
even-
them, but a lot of them we're not allowed to go into. And
That's fair.
things like
I can't even think of what I think the nicest airport in the U.S. is. I'm like,
How many have you been to?
well, I mean, all the major ones for sure.
Have you? Okay.
Well, not LAX. I've been to LAX, but a lot of the other major ones I have. I will say this is a little outdated now, but LaGuardia used to be a little sketchy, and they upgraded
Yeah.
that a few years ago. And
Yeah,
LaGuardia
it was
is
like
stunning now.
LaGuardia Airport and Stormdoor Company.
No,
You just
yeah, it
didn't
was
know.
like you landed in LaGuardia and you walked inside and you're like, where in the world
Yeah,
are we?
yeah, but they've done a big
It's
upgrade.
it's completely overhauled and beautiful. Yeah.
Okay.
So completely different now.
That's cool.
So
I like that idea.
the Atlanta airport has cool aspects about it too.
Atlanta does.
Yeah, it's massive.
All of them have decent aspects about
Yeah.
them, but it's like O'Hare, for instance. I feel that everything is run, got there, take off. You know, they got,
I agree with you.
I saw LAX for all of 10 minutes because as we were exiting, we could hear our name being called. Passengers Turton
Oh my
need
gosh.
to, yeah, and it just whoop,
go.
right into it and took off.
Wow.
That's all I saw of LAX.
You know what's funny? You brought up O'Hare. I do like O'Hare, but you know what I don't like is Midway. I don't think a lot of people fly Midway because you typically go O'Hare. Midway, most of the time I've gone there, is like a ghost town, and it's just a very strange airport.
Midway can be both.
Yeah.
The times I've been there, I haven't flown out of Midway, but I've taken someone to fly out of Midway.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, get them in, get them on, get them out.
Yeah,
There's nothing fancy about it that I recall.
yeah. Well, that's fair. So.